What's going on, everybody? Back today with another review, a movie review. This time, the movie Weapons. Me and my friends wanted to go to see this movie for about 2 weeks now. We finally were able to go. And I gotta say, I'm not, we like to see horror movies, but I'm not a huge horror guy. I think it's sometimes boring. It doesn't really scare me. I'm much more into the eerie, realistic type of horror movies. So I really liked this one. I was really excited about it, and I'll tell you what I liked about it. I like how straight off the bat they just jump right into it. They don't really show what led up to the kids disappearing or whatever. They just show us in the aftermath 1 month after. And the way they tell the story is from different perspectives of the character. And what that allows them to do is it allows us as the viewers to really be on the edge of our seat the entire time. The timelines are all intertwined. You don't have to guess, was this 2 months before, was this 2 months later, this, that, and whatever. So everybody had a unique perspective, and it allowed you to constantly be in on the action and see it from each character's point of view. Although I will say the only character whose perspective I felt like didn't really matter was the cop. I could have done without his perspective. Other than that, they were all really good. Now, going into this movie, I knew the premise of the movie. I didn't know which way it was going to go. I heard some rumors or whatever. Watching the movie, I did get a sense that there was some hint of like Sandy Hook or like gun violence, because in the one scene which Josh Brolin's character, he has the dream and he goes outside and he sees the gun over the house. And early on in the movie, Alex, he's the kid in class that gets bullied. So I'm thinking, is this some sort of symbolism for a school shooter? And then they have that shot of the poster of all the kids that died, and that's kind of eerily similar to the, what you saw during Sandy Hook and all that. It turns out that wasn't the premise, or at least the intended plot. So the movie continues, and what I liked about this movie is that you kind of got hints of different types of movies all throughout. The missing children kind of reminded you of Prisoners. The way the characters ran in that weird like anime formation reminded you of like Jordan Peele movies, of like Get Out and Us. The way the characters run, very odd, and even when they're attacking people, and it's not like a serial killer. It's someone who's possessed, but in a comedic way, kind of, that we've seen previously. The witch, obviously, Miss Gladys, reminded me a little bit of Nicolas Cage's character in Longlegs, but I thought it was executed better. Where I thought in that movie the villain kind of fell flat. I felt like this character was very well done, creepy. She's a witch or a parasite or whatever, but it was incredibly well done. And there was just different feelings or different things from all these different movies that I had seen previously, and they kind of all reminded me of certain things in the movie, and it kind of all intertwined, which I really liked. At the end, the kids get found, and it gets revealed that some of them still are in this state. Some of them aren't talking, some of them are still learning to talk. I would like to know more about Aunt Gladys, because she was a very captivating character, obviously. Where did she come from? Is she a witch? Is she actually their aunt? Because they said they didn't really know her. Is she some witch that has been living 100 years, 1,000 years, doing this in other towns, doing this in other cities? Like, is she just going from city to city, Are they going to look into other cases of missing children? Turns out that she's behind that as well. So that was very interesting. Another thing, though, that didn't really make sense, and this doesn't really affect my critique of the movie, but it didn't really make sense how he was the only kid that survived, and CPS or the FBI or whoever checked his house once, and then that was it, and it was just like, okay, you're the only kid that didn't disappear. I guess it was a coincidence. So that was a little odd. The actor that played Alex was very good. It was a really great performance. I loved all the performance from all the people. Julia Garner, Josh Brolin, they were all very good. The kid that played the crackhead was good. I've seen people say it was a comedy. I don't agree with that. There were parts of the movie where you laughed and giggled almost because it was so eerie the other times of the movie that you just needed a moment to like exhale, but it definitely wasn't a comedy. I would go in there expecting Step Brothers or anything like that. That being said, it was a very well written movie. I think this leaves the door open for sequels. There's more to be told about Miss Gladys. We really don't get that much info about her. We really don't get that much info about the aftermath of these kids being found. What is the town like? What is the mood of the town? I mean, all these people are left with these kids now who are in this state of not even being able to talk or move or do anything. So what happens with that? Does Julia Garner's character get blamed for the shooting in Alex's house when they had to kill people? But yeah, that, and then the end scene was very, very satisfying with the kids just destroying her. I mean, just destroying, like fucking eating her body. That was great. But all in all, it was a really great movie. I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see where it goes, if there's a sequel or anything. I know the director, Ryan Krager, I believe his name is. He is from a comedic background, so that's why people thought it was kind of a comedy. And he did direct Barbarian, which was kind of hit or miss for me. The first half was okay, the second half was bad. So I'm interested to see if he does more horror stuff. I really liked it. So I was satisfied. I was satisfied. It was a really good movie. So you guys should definitely go see it if you haven't seen it yet. And like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys next time.